Bentley.
Yeah, works together.
Yeah. And so then when it started to get cold, I decided to leave.
Okay, looks like it is 7 o'clock, so I'll call the meeting to order, and we have the pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can we have the roll call, please?
Mr. Huffman?
Here.
Mr. Schaefer?
Here.
Ms. Dixon?
Here.
Mr. Good?
Here.
Mr. Sowers?
Here.
Mr. Seward?
Here.
And Ms. Nowak?
Here.
All right, it's good to have everybody here. And we have the statement for the continuity of government that I believe I need to read. It says, this meeting of the Planning Commission is being held pursuant to the April 13th, 2020 ordinance for continuity in the government of the road. The town manager shall read the names of the commission members present and identify those who are electronically present. The town manager is responsible for receiving public comment in advance of the meeting, which may be submitted by mail, email, phone, or hand-delivered by 5 p.m. on the day of the meeting. In-person attendance and comment by the public is also permitted, subject to the limitations of the most recent executive order and phasing guidelines issued by Governor Northam. This meeting can be viewed live on the town's Facebook page, and a recording will be available on the town's YouTube channel. Minutes from the meeting will be posted on the town's website after being approved by the Planning Commission. Okay, we do have minutes from our last meeting, which was on July 15th. Are there any additions or corrections to these minutes? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
None opposed. Okay, I don't believe we have any public hearings that have been advertised for this meeting. We do have a matter to discuss regarding the subdivision of the property. And it is, I believe this is for discussion this time, Steve.
Actually, you can take action if you so choose. We understand it is the first that y'all have been exposed to it, but due to the simple nature of the application, we have actually, we're combining both the preliminary and final plat into one review. And then if there are any questions, we can definitely hold action until your next meeting if we need to address any concerns, or you can take action tonight.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so again, the item for consideration is subdividing the property, have a tax map number there, into 2 lots for possible development of duplexes. And as noted, the property is zoned R4, which is high density residential on Winfield. And in that district, the 2-family dwellings are permitted by right. All of the requirements there for the acreage or square feet and the other requirements. Anything else we need to know along with what's in our packet?
No, sir. It's my understanding that the town or the applicant consolidated a number of lots a few years ago into a single lot, and is at the point now that they are seeking to subdivide so that they can start either marketing or construction of duplexes on the properties.
The matter then is before us for discussion, questions. And again, just to make sure that I understand what you just said, right now it's in one single lot?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And it would be divided into one part that's 7,500 square feet and the other part that's 9,500.
That is correct.
Now, is this the property across from
The
First Street
apartments?
Apartments?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what about the alleyway? Remember when,
It must have been vacated.
what's his name?
Again, based on the surveyed plat, there's no existing right-of-ways or alleys on the property.
Because, Mr. Turner was here and he was given the alleyway.
And it consolidated all into the single lot.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And of course, all of the issues regarding water and sewer hookups and storm drainage and all of that will be considered when the development plat or development plan comes in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, any other questions, discussion?
Seems to be pretty much in order. I'll move that the planning commission recommend approval of the subdivision request for tax map number 42A11184017 to the county council.
Support.
Okay, can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Schaefer?
Yes.
Ms. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Good?
Yes.
Mr. Sowers?
Yes.
Mr. Seward?
Yes.
Ms. Noack?
Yes.
And Mr. Huffman?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, the next two items are basically holdovers from previous meetings, and we have not had adequate time to do the research to identify the parcels that have been updated for the zoning map, and we have not heard from FEMA regarding the status of the zoning update.
So these things will be continued until October?
Yes, sir. We're hoping that we'll have some time to do the research necessary to confirm the update of the zoning map, and we would hope that by that time we would hear from FEMA.
I should have noted too, we don't have anybody here to speak. We usually have a place on here for public comments, but there's no one signed up and no one here.
And no one submitted anything prior to the meeting.
Okay, are there other items that we need to be brought up to date on?
Well, if you'll indulge us, Brian Chrisman has an update on the roundabout project. He's heard back from VDOT, if y'all would care to hear.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So apparently, the final plans are being generated right now, and by the end of this month, we should have the closing meeting. Sorry, Bill, you've heard this, will be the second time you've heard this, so. Looks like for October, they're planning on having the final meeting in Stanton. I've got to go to that, and then I'm reviewing the street lighting plans now with the power company, and I did get some information today about that you have not heard, which is a temporary light and can be installed there for roughly $3,000 by the power company. Or they can put an additional street light on the pole near the pool that's out at Main Street, and that can be there. We just pay the monthly charge for that with no installation fee. So if that helps to provide a little additional light there, in the interim until we can get construction started. It's pretty far down from the intersection. It's not going to do a whole lot for the current intersection, but it will provide some additional light in that area. So maybe just you and Larry talk about that and let me know which way you want to go there.
Absolutely.
Okay. So the issue being that the streetlight pole that was at the intersection was removed in advance of the project. That streetlight pole had a streetlight on it, along with other things, and so that has been rerouted now underground. But in doing so, it eliminated the streetlight that was at that intersection of Northcott and West Main. So it is fairly dim out there. Really the only light you get is from the Singing Tower. So as an interim option, we had looked at about some other additional lighting. But hopefully we will see plans and the final meeting in October. And then they're planning on going to bid this fall, according to Stanton District Office. We'll see. Again, I won't hold my breath until I see the ad in the paper, but it appears to be a little more promising than it was a month ago. So hopefully that'll continue.
The only other update that we could offer the Planning Commission is we had a teleconference this afternoon with DHCD, People Inc., and the Regional Commission regarding the Luray Meadows project. We received the second submittal of the site plans. First set, we had some review comments. Second set, we're hoping that they've addressed all of the town's concerns. We're hoping to get the bid documents in for review as well. If all goes well, the town and People Inc. hope to have that project bid sometime in October. Bid advertised in October. So the apartment project is also advancing.
That's good news.
Yes, sir.
Well, both of them are. That's,
One more thing, Mr. Chairman, Memorial Drive, the corridor improvement project. We recently executed the fourth deed of gift, so all of the right-of-way has been gifted to the town by the adjacent property owners. And those have been recorded along with the temporary construction easements that would be needed through the project. So apparently we're about a year ahead of schedule in terms of right-of-way. We still have to do utilities, but right now we're roughly 11 months in advance of that project. So that's good news for us. But we do want to give ourselves time. Utilities could be somewhat challenging, so we might take all 11 months to get that part done, but we'll see. But that one is also advancing.
and I think I noticed the property down here on Broad Street for the little like park area that's down here on Broad Street. I saw something like that that's moving along also.
Yes, sir. LDI was successful in getting a grant for development of it. Monday night, council authorized staff to proceed with the acquisition of the property, as well as authorized us to execute a memorandum of understanding with LDI to proceed with improvements on the property. So that entrance corridor should be taking shape shortly. Also Monday night, council authorized staff to proceed with the acquisition of 3 digital signs, one to be placed in to replace the current manual changeable message sign that we have out there, as well as one at Lake Arrowhead and one at Dean Park. The funding for those projects is coming from the CARES Act, so the primary goal of these signs is to provide any emergency communications with residents, but in times of peace and prosperity, we can also continue to put messages about events in the community, as well as just a nice welcome to Luray sign.
If the bids for the roundabout went out about the end of the year, would you expect, construction to start in the spring if it followed your outline?
That's a really good question, Mr. Schaefer. So, if the bids were published prior to the end of this calendar year, knowing the VDOT contractual project process that I do, I would say summer of 2021 would be the earliest that we would see construction begin there. The maintenance of traffic plan for that project will actually be more complicated than the Main Street Bridge. That was fairly simple. You take a detour around the project, in two directions. This one's gonna have Caverns traffic, high school traffic, visitor traffic, West Main Street, I wanna get to Walmart because I've gone this way for 80 years traffic. So that maintenance of traffic plan is gonna be far more complex. It's probably gonna be done in stages. So given the complexity of that, a summer start would be good. They were anticipating that school was gonna be normal, which it's not. So I would say early summer would be the earliest that we could possibly see construction start there, and more likely it would start late summer, and then continue through the winter, and be completed probably in the following summer, is my guesstimation right now. That's if that timeline holds.
Okay, anything else we need to bring up for discussion?
Well, if you're looking for more things to discuss, originally, the town council meeting in October had been scheduled for October 19th. Due to the week prior when the normal meeting occurred, council had always conducted the Virginia Municipal League Conference. That conference has been transformed to an online conference, so at their meeting Monday, council voted to move their meeting back to the 12th. I believe that I'm sorry?
One at 13th.
13th, you're correct. Sorry about that, about the holiday. Our published calendar has your meeting on the 21st of October. If you guys so choose, you can either maintain the 21st or you can move it to the 14th, whatever the commission's choice would be.
I just say put it on the 14th, like it's our normal meeting around that time of the month.
We can do that, yes, sir.
And that's,
Works for me.
Call the chair.
okay, October 14th then. And it sounds like the council wants meeting the day before.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions, discussion? Anything else you need to bring up at this time? If not, we've completed our agenda items and discussed a number of other things too. Appreciate everybody being here. We're adjourned.